When we are graphing an inequality, we get to the stage where we have to shade one side or the other. And we figure out which side to shade by doing a test point. We follow a rule: never use a test point that is on your line. And I'm going to illustrate why you should not use a test point that is on your line. Here I have the inequality x plus y less than 2. I have already prepared a table of values, and I've already graphed the line. What I'm showing here are 3 test points. One that's on the line, 0, 2, and 2 others, 3, 1, and 0, 0, that are not on the line. One of them's on each side. I'm going to test all 3. First, using the point I'm not supposed to use as a test point, 0, 2, I plug x equals 0, y equals 2 into this inequality, and I get 0 plus 2 less than 2. This simplifies to 2 less than 2. 2 is not less than 2, so that is false. Normally a false is a perfectly good result to tell me which side to shade, but the problem is, now which side do I shade? I don't know which side to shade because I picked a point that's on the line. Sure, plugging in 0, 2 into that inequality tells me that 0, 2 is not part of my answer, but I already knew that. I knew that when I had the less than symbol and not the less than or equal to symbol, I should put a dotted line to show that I know the points on the line are not part of the answer. I still don't know which side to shade. This is an ambiguous situation. Do not use a point that is on your line as a test point. How about if we use 0, 0? That's usually everybody's favorite test point. I'm going to plug 0, 0 into this inequality, and I get 0 plus 0 less than 2, which simplifies to 0 less than 2. That's true. When I get a true statement as a result of my test point, it means I shade towards the test point. From the line, I'm shading towards 0, 0. That means I'm shading over here. Let's try the test point 3, 1, which is on the other side of the line. Plugging the x equals 3 and the y equals 1 into the inequality, I get 3 plus 1 less than 2, which simplifies to give 4 less than 2, and that's false. This time, though, my false result tells me where to shade. Since I got a false result from a point that's over here, it means that point is in a region that is not part of the answer. I should not be shading that region. I should be shading the other region. Either of these test points gives me a result that tells me which side to shade. But if I use a point that is on the line, I get an ambiguous result. It doesn't tell me which side to shade, and it was a waste of time. Remember, always follow the rule. Do not use a point that is on your line as your test point. Here's another example. Let's try doing our test point with this situation.